Well, fans, all 190,000 of you, been getting over it because my wife making those comments about me in our marriage. But there's other problems too. I want my wife to stay with me, and I'm going to get her to cut out those stupid things she's been putting on YouTube here. I told you about that argument in the hospital. It doesn't mean much to you people because you haven't gone through what I had. Those people in the hospital always sent me to the insane asylum. Making putting that mask on my face with oxygen to my nose and mouth at the same time was not helping at all. I couldn't barely see out of that thing. And worst of all, it hurt my face. Whether you want to believe it or not, I don't care. But it really meant something. As my wife stuck up for him too. And I got mad at her and told her I want to die. I would commit suicide. Don't let me live in misery like this. She wouldn't even believe me about them putting those gloves on my hands. Or I couldn't use my hands for anything. As a punishment for not wearing that stupid mask of hers. That hurt my face. Could you understand what the word hurt means? H-U-R-T? If you don't, look it up in a dictionary. Please believe me, that's part of the reason my wife wants to divorce. I told her I didn't love her anymore. She's sticking up to those sick-ass people at the St. Vincent's Hospital. Well, anyway, I got some more sad news to tell you. I did everything that usually recommended to get paid by them, and they still not haven't paid me 1 red cent since November 24th of 2017. I can't take this any longer. I'm seeing them making a big profit for them of over $2,700. And they're keeping every cent of it. What they're doing with that money, I don't know. If they're spending it on parties on my behalf, good for them. They can keep that money. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not putting any 1 red cent in my bank account. I'm getting sick and tired of it. The only reason I'm still here is I got 34 people on Patreon. Give me enough bar money, I would call it, that if it's even that much a month. I can't keep on this up. My internet bill is $125 a month to upload videos. Using the expensive cell phone is $700. There's lots of costs involved, people. St. Snap, $112 a year. There's other costs too. But I know a lot of kids are watching my station. This is not to you people. You're going to school. I know I got you from PewDiePie before this was just an adult channel. I don't mind you watching. And when I'm talking about donating to Patreon, I'm not talking to you. I don't expect a penny from you. But I have a lot of people over 19 years old that not in school anymore, and I'm directing my message to them. Or if they're really poor and hurting for every penny that they make, I don't expect any money from those real poor people either. I ran to help my wife out with those poor people in Manila. And I've seen them, people in person. They are poor. There's too many of them. There's too many Filipinos for the jobs they got. In the stores they have over there, they only hire the prettiest girls they can find because they can. Because they get the jobs. The other people who are just normal looking are just turned away. That's the truth. I don't expect any money from people like that. But all I'm asking for is a lousy $1 a month. That's 25 cents a week, people. You can't afford 25 cents a week, and you got a halfway decent paying job. I think you're not helping me one bit. Only 34 people out of 190,000 subscribers. And that's not counting. A lot of people I talk to in the bar say, oh yeah, we seen you. I said, did you do subscribe? Oh no, we didn't subscribe. Why should we? A lot of people out there don't even want to make comments. They're just happy to see me singing. Who knows how many there is over 190,000. But 34 people out of that many people? What do you guys think? The music is always for free? Even I paid $1 for a record of 45 when I was young. I didn't mind it. I was happy to do that. That was my hobby, was music. I was happy to go spend $5, $10 a week at the record store and pick up some 45 RPM records. Nowadays you got the internet. You don't need to buy records and go through thousands to find the song you're looking for. You can do that in seconds. You people got it made today. I didn't have that shit. I had AM radio when I was a kid. That's amplitude modulation for all you people who haven't studied science. That's not F frequency modulation, which came out later. That's not FM stereo, which came out later. And it's not tapes or those other things that put in your car. You can listen to music and go driving down the road. I forgot what they call them. I used to run around quickly when back in the early 90s. I put a tape in my radio, my boombox, and recorded most of the song I could when my favorite song came up. Now you have to do that nowadays, people. You get the internet. Oh, that's another bill too. Well, I'm not going to go into that. You got that bill, and so do I. But I just can't keep this up. The only reason I still do it is because YouTube does provide the people around the world with my music. I appreciate that. I know it costs a lot of money, but they're supposed to do their share. They make their money from there, and I get a certain share of the songs I sing. And then there's the copywriters. Some want to share. The ones that share, they split the deal with me, I keep them on the air. The ones that don't want to give me 1 cent, I put them in Patreon. And they get cut off completely. They don't make 1 cent after that. At least the ones that let me have half the money, and they keep the other half of my share, they stay on the air. They are those smart ones. I know you don't understand all of this. You just use the internet as an entertainment tool, and you think whatever you're paying the cable company for your internet service is all you need to pay. Well, if you can't afford it, then go ahead and do it that way. I don't care. But that's not the way it works for me. I used to get paid for 11 years by YouTube. I'm barely making $100 a year back then, with only 8,000 subscribers. And I thank PewDiePie for all that. But all PewDiePie did was help to Google out and YouTube. And they have yet to help me out. Sure, I was a fool. I got taken by a scammer and started a new station all over again and put all the songs in. Well, YouTube doesn't record. They told me, you don't have enough proof to prove it's you to deserve that channel back. That's what they told me. And that's after a while later, my wife told me, I took a bunch of your music and copied it on her computer, and she did that because of the September before that, that's back way in 2017 I'm talking about, my computer went out, and Best Buy told me, either buy a new computer, or we'll have to erase everything on this one and fix it. So I didn't erase everything. It took me weeks to get everything back to normal again. But that's what happens when you get a virus. And another thing to happen, when you make money, everybody in the world is trying to take it away from you because they're jealous of you. And this scammer figured out a smart way to do it. Lots of you fans told me back there after Christmas of 2017, to start getting a record deal going. And I listened to you, and I shouldn't have. I know it's not your fault. You didn't know about these scammers, neither did I. And here's this guy offering me a free record deal, and he didn't even use YouTube to get to me. He uses Facebook. I said, "What are you on Facebook? This is just stuff I do on YouTube." He says, "Well, it's easier this way." I didn't talk to him in person. I had the tapes and everything of his conversation with me and showed it to the world. And nobody is really blaming me that much for being so stupid as to give out my password. But anyway, since then, I can't even prove to YouTube that I am who I say I am. Even though my wife of 11 years put all that music, most of it, about 80, 90% of it, on her computer. And she's putting in songs on it for the last time since in January of 2018. And YouTube must have seen that by now. They must know I am the real Johnny Dee. And they even have this deposit that they send you a certain deposit they're going to make to your bank. And you have to write in and tell them how much you put in and everything. I did that 3 days ago. My wife did that a month ago. And neither one, my wife's worked, so I tried it, and it didn't work either. This is February 11th. Today's the 13th. How much more should I give YouTube? They haven't done nothing all year long. They haven't done nothing since November 24th of 2017. I don't make 1 red cent that PewDiePie helped me to make. It's all in YouTube's pocket, not mine. Anyway, I hate to say this, but the only way to get evil people, which don't even allow you to make a phone call to them, because they're so much higher, they're special, they're much over you, and I'm just another tiny figure in their bank account. I am going to start cutting music of everything over 20,000 views and put it in Patreon. The only money I get is from the 34 people in Patreon that really like my music. It's time you reconsider if you want to see me or not. If you don't want me to remove all those watch videos, start sending some more money to Patreon, and I'll stop doing it. Otherwise, I keep them going. I'm going to go down to 1,000 views or over. And the ones that only made less than 1,000 were the only thing left that will be here. I'm tired of putting the people in their shit. Oh, I use a bad word again. And I made a song with a bad word in it today. Say that shit by Little Pete. I'll let the word shit get passed on the comments for a while. But pretty soon, after a week or two, I'll stop allowing those comments, and your comments won't be seen by other people. PewDiePie helped me quite a bit, but he also gave me a bunch of children. I never had children that much before he came along. You have to remember, whatever words you're putting on those comments are being read by 5-year-old kids that I got from PewDiePie. Sure, I like to swear myself. I don't use the N-word though, so you black people don't have to worry about that. I love your music, black people. I use the black word and the N-word in my songs because the songwriter intended that way. It's not my doing. I just want to be like the other black people that I love so much. I love Drake. I love Lil Peep. I love Lil Wayne. I love Yo Gotti. I love Jay-Z. I love Snoop Dogg. And all those other black people in the past. I love the person that's saying, the fish ain't biting, Lamont Dozier. I love even the black guy back at Major Lanes in the 60s didn't allow any of his music to be recorded at any karaoke place in the country, in the world. I had to sing over to give you his sweet song back in the 60s. And Michael Jackson's family, they sometimes get on my back with copyrights. Of course, Michael Jackson was the greatest singer of all. He was black. I love him. You can come here. I don't care if you want to call me a nigger on the inside, because that's probably what I am. If you want to do that, it's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not a racist, people. I never wanted to be a racist. Racists would not love black music like I do. Anyway, look, I don't want to get into that. If you make a comment with the N-word in there, I'm just going to start erasing it from now on. I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I'm sick of hearing about it. Sure, I got a lot of views on the guy who pushes weed on Facebook. He took my song with the next episode and put it on his station. It said, when the rapper happens to steal your weed and steal your music, this is what he does. And that song got 11 million and 200,000 views, and who knows how many editors. Facebook removed it. You can't see it anymore. But one day, my DJ over back in Illinois, when I was living there, he told me, "Hey, is this you?" And I said, "Yeah, that's me singing on YouTube." He said, "Well, this is worldwide hip hop. Somebody took the song Love Solstice and put it under without my permission." But I didn't care. I said, well, I have to be, maybe it'll help my popularity out. And stuff like that's going on all the time, you know. Somebody took it, put it on worldwide hip hop, and they got 425,000 views on it, you know. And there's little things that happen like that all the time. Some guy radio station in Washington, like my song by Usher, who the DJ's falling and loving him, and he really pushed my credibility up. And I love the radio stations when they take my music and build my popularity. All of some people supposed to find out about me. Anyway, I'll just give you a short message now. But just if you wonder where your songs are going, like every day, bro, they're going to go into Patreon, where the only people that support me at all in the whole wide world is there's 34 people, and that's all I got left. If you can't afford 25 cents a week, I feel very sorry for you. You'll still get to see a lot of my music, but one of these days it'll be down to anything up under 1,000 views. I'm sorry to do that to you. It's not your fault. It's YouTube's greediness and Google. Google is the richest people in the world. They're bigger than Exxon, the oil company. They're the richest people in the whole world. They can't afford a few cents for Johnny Dee. I had no pity for them. The only thing I get from them is free around the world distribution of my music, and they don't charge me $110 a year like SingSnap does. Besides that, SingSnap lost a bunch of singers to YouTube. They are not friends. That's why if I made a song in SingSnap that was real popular, like Broccoli, I had to take a picture of it with my iPhone 8 and send it to you that way. Because they're not friends, people. SingSnap and YouTube are enemies. They don't like each other. YouTube stole the singers from the SingSnap. They stole Katy Perry. Every one of her songs went to YouTube. They stole the bees, all the bees music. Like, just a minute here. I'll get it in a second. the Bee Gees. They took all their music. The Bee Gees wanted their music on YouTube. Maybe YouTube is paying them more money. I don't care what it is. But SingSat lost a lot of their singers to YouTube. I can see why they're enemies. YouTube broadcasts my music all over the world for free. They don't charge me $110 a month, a year, like SingSat does. I thank them for that much. But then to keep all my money, they got at least close to $3,000 of my money. And they're using it maybe to fatten their wallet, or using it to go out once a week and go out to a nice bar and pay for all the drinks and the food. Who knows? All I know is I don't know what to do with the money. I don't know what it takes for me to tell them I am the real Johnny Dee. They can see all my music back, almost back to 2010, with my wife's videos that she's been putting under from her computer. She stored them in her computer before all the scammer thing happened, and never told me about it till a few months later. And now I try to help her as much as I can with my popularity, because of PewDiePie, and of course my good singing, and give her a chance to make a little cash too. So far she hasn't got anything. Of course she has to use my channel, people, because she will take her years to get where I was. I started this back in 2009. And now it's 2019. It's 10 years, people. It takes a long time to get popular. And it's not what you do, it's who you know. Anyway, I'm in this quickly. I've been making 2 long videos, and YouTube only does a half an hour at a time. I don't know what time I started, but I'm gonna stop right now. And they'll probably keep all the money that you viewers chipped in by watching this one, until somebody puts a stop to those people and have the little guy like me get a few cents worth of the music he's making. Anyway, goodbye, people, and thanks for listening. And I hope I get back together with my wife and there's no divorce. A man my age needs somebody to take care of him. I can't do much work around the house, I run out of breath. And don't start smoking, kids, and you'll end up like me and have a miserable time in your golden years. If you make it to retirement, that is, if nothing else happens to you before then. Don't start smoking. Nicotine is bad for you. It controls your whole body. Whenever you're happy, you have to go out and have a smoke. Whenever you're sad, you have to go out and have a smoke. And so on and so on. I've been smoking since I was 2013. My older brother, who is 5 years older than me, has never been to a hospital in the morning. Of course, he never worked in a dirty air machine shop like I did for 55 years. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Maybe it's not just the cigarette smoking. Who knows? My family, they quit smoking a long time ago. They're still alive and well. There's nobody, none of us kids, there's 7 of us, are all still living. I have a sister that's 7 years older than me, living here in the state of Florida too. I have a brother that's 5 years older. A sister, another sister is a year or 2 older. They, all of them never smoke, but my brother, he still smokes. And he's still alive, and has yet to go to hospital with pneumonia. But my friends all went to emphysema. They died from that. They died from heart attacks. They're all gone. And my racist friend that I went to visit when I visited my daughter up in Illinois, he passed away too. But it wasn't from cigarette smoking. There's other ways to die too. We stopped over at my sister's house when we were down there, and I brought him along with me. And they recognized him, and they say he's a bishop. His, what you call it, this newspaper, when they announce somebody's death, obituary, that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, she sent it to me. He died 2 months after I left. I had no friends in the world. There's a few friends, well, that have karaoke bar, and that's about it. Some DJs I know. But I don't have any friends. And now my wife wants to leave me because of the disruption that the hospital caused. That's why she made that crying video. I told her I wanted to die. And you would too, people. Those people in the hospital are crazy. Anyway, I said enough about the super hospital. If you don't believe me, I don't care. If you want to go there and get me a patient, go ahead. Maybe they'll treat you better than I do. But I will never go back there. I'd rather blow my brains out before I go back there again. I'd rather go back to the hospital I went to before, where they treat me like a little baby who will never use a washroom to shave and clean my teeth. You want me to do that all in that stupid ass bed of theirs, which you can barely move in, you can barely eat in it. Oh well, I hope you guys don't have to go to the hospital, because even though they do keep you alive, it's a miserable time, people, a very miserable time. And the last thing I want to do is die in a hospital. I'd rather die outside. Okay, well, I hate to end a conversation like this, but thanks for listening, and keep tuning on me. I still enjoy singing, and I still enjoy your comments. You're the best fans that any singer can ever have. And your dislikes are very few. I get a few haters on there. All I gotta do is press a button, and they're gone from my life forever. And of course, at karaoke classes, those people, I know plenty of you which that you could have been at a bar at the same time I was singing, but someone just take for give and take. You can't please everybody in this world. Oh well, thank you again for listening, and I'm gonna sign off now. And I wish each one of you good health and your family, and have a good life. And I hope to cheer you up a little bit with my songs, because I really enjoy doing that. And you're the best fans in the whole wide world any singer can ever have. I thank you for that. Goodbye now. Love you. Love you all.